Stop 21 in the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Watkins Glen Raceway in Watkins Glen, New York, as we're here for the running of the Budweiser at the Glen. As we're set for 14 laps of action here on this 3-mile racetrack. Yep, I said 3 miles because we are actually running the boot version of the Glen. That's what we're going to be doing here. Jessica Shelton is on the pole for this event here as we go through the starting lineup. She'll be alongside Seth Cole. In the RCA 4 car number 98, Seth's wins came at Martinsville. Jess's wins came at Dover and again at Michigan this season. Row 2 is Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3, winning this season at North Wilkesboro and Bristol. And Keith Batson, who has a road course victory this season at Riverside, and next go Helen Ford, car number 28. Third row is Kyle Matthews, who also has a road course victory coming at Sonoma. He also won the season at Rockingham. He's in the Coors Light Silver Bullet Pontiac, car number 42. And Preston Poor, 3-time winner this season in the Interstate Batteries Chevrolet, winning this season at Auto Club Richmond and the first race at Pocono. Fourth row has Charles Sanford in the DuPont Chevrolet car 24 and Joshua Osborne in 87, winner this season at the 600 at Charlotte. Next row down, Dylan Young in number 2, the Miller Lite Ford, and Zachary Fitzwater, number 9, the Span Melling Ford. Next row down, Levi McIntyre in the XMR's SKF Ford, car number 99, and William Brock in number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Next row down, Johnny Gardner, number 16, the Family Channel Prime Star Ford, and Quentin Moore, the Daytona 500 champion, the Citgo Ford, car number 21. Next row down, Joshua Collard in the STP Pontiac car 43, and Dylan Poteet, number 22, the MBNA Pontiac. Next row down, Ryan George in the Quality Care Services Ford, car number 15. And beside him, Mike Becker, winner this season at the second Pocono event. He also won in Atlanta in the Hot Wheels Pontiac car 44. Next row down, Nicholas Wade in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26, who shocked them all in the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. And Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. No, actually, scratch that. Paul Blank actually starts alongside Wade in the 23 Smokin' Joe's Ford. Next row down actually has Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. She's on the outside of that row. Inside of her actually is Jay Jefferson in the Holly Myers Ford, car number 90. Next row down, Carter Friesen in 71, the Olive Garden Chevrolet, and beside him will be Jesse Turner in number 75, the Remington Arms. Actually, next row down, after that will actually be Ryan Brommer, 17, Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet. Next row down has Ashlyn Boyd in the Lowe's Ford, car number 11, and Jesse Turner, number 75, Remington Arms Ford. Next row down has Jason Haywood, who had a great run in the Brickyard 400 with the third place run in the 81 Square D Ford, and Ben Crouch in the Budweiser Chevrolet car 25, the event sponsor's car. Next one down, Rob Evans, number 12, the Mobile One Ford, and Zach Winkle, number 97, the John Deere Ford. Next one down is Diego Yepes, number 77, the Mobile One Ford, and number 97, that is number 7, Jonathan Sorlin in the XMRS Ford. Kat Batson inside of the next one down in the 88 Texaco Haviland Ford, and Austin Colano in the Little Caesars Kmart Ford, car 37. Next row down has car number 41, Peter Onjack in the Kodiak Chevrolet, and Vince Almerigo, number 10, the Tide Ford. Next row down, Tony Green in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet car 33, and beside him will be number 30, Daniel Bouchard in the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next row down, we'll have Sean Ard in number 13, the First Plus Loans Ford, and Phil Parker in number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, winner this season at the Brickyard 400. And starting shotgun, I feel will be Trent Dunham in number 1, the Pennzoil Chevrolet, winner this season at Darlington and again at Texas. And we actually missed one winner, as I so often do with Zach Winkle. I keep forgetting he won at Talladega this season. So Jessica Shelton on the pole race event here, and along with Seth Cole in the front row, as Jessica Shelton and Seth Cole both will have in-car cameras in today's event, as will Charles Sanford, number 24. Here comes the command to fire the engines here at Watkins Glen.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
This is a 15-turn course here at the Glen, as the course, And, oh, something's wrong with Quentin Moore's car in 21. He and Dylan Poteet got together, and Quentin Moore's car apparently is going to be counted as a did not start, possibly, and some obvious problems with the Sitco Ford. Meantime, the cars will come down for green flag racing here as Jessica Shelton will lead him down along with Seth Cole. Green flag is out. We're underway here at Watkins Glen. Or shall we say the Watkins Glen boot version is what we're underway at here for the Bud at the Glen. Heading into the inner loop part of the course, Cole Deaver goes to second position. Third, battling for third is Seth Cole is in now third position. Fourth is Keith Batson. Fifth is Kyle Matthews. As they come off the ninth turn, here comes turn 10. And here comes turn 11 part of the course. There's a little short straightaway, about 135 miles per hour. And now through turn 11, down to about 74 miles per hour through there. Now into a bit of a straightaway here, and they'll go up to about maybe 140 miles per hour, I think, going into turn 145 almost. And here they come. This is a trouble spot, turn 12. And Seth Cole just taps the wall, come off the 12th turn. McIntyre really slammed the wall, come off the 12th turn. He got a little sideways. And Dylan Young's on pit road. Apparently, some problems with his number 2 Miller Lite Ford. And to the start-finish line, Jessica Shelton leads the first lap here. Lap speeds will be slower because of the boot version of the course. They'll run about maybe 80-some miles an hour through this course. Deaver's in second position. Third is Seth Cole. Kyle Matthews is now taking fourth from Keith Batson. Batson in fifth position. Sixth right now is Preston Ford. Seventh is Charles Sanford. Eighth is Joshua Osborne. Scratched up side and all, Levi McIntyre's in ninth. And 10th right now is William Brock. With Joshua Card running in 11th position. As you see the field make their way through the turns right there. There's give you the field rundown where they're at the moment. Paul Minnick getting off the course a little bit as they go down through the turn. And some drivers moving up through the field. Trent Dunham in the 1 car who started this race dead last in 41st. He is already up to 28th position by virtue of let's see, yeah, Dunham's moved up to the field, and I think Phil Parker, we just saw him entering the picture. They are he actually has not made any headway at the moment. And back Parker, we see him right there in the 5 car. There he is, stuck in about way back in the pack. Meantime, Jessica Shelton still leads the race here, number 94. Let's take a little lap with her around Watkins Glen. Up to about 144 miles an hour to turn number 1, down to about 74 miles an hour through there. Dylan Young coming off pit road, to see him right there. Now through the S's, about 110, 104 miles an hour actually. Yeah, I see the yellow flag is actually out. No, that was the pace car actually came out. Not Dylan Young. And the crash involved Sean Arden, number 13, who came in this race dead last in the standings. So an unfortunate break for Sean Art. This is coming down to complete the second lap here. Sean Ard apparently. Actually, here he is coming up. Actually, that was him coming on pit road. I think the crash happened. Let's see here. Happened just a little bit in front of the cars here, and see what happened here. On Diego Yepes actually had a problem, and then got turned by Mike Becker. That was what happened. And that's why Sean Ard actually came on the pit road. You see Sean Ard, Diego Yepes definitely had a problem, and Mike Becker rear ends him. And Trent Dunham actually got some damage on this car, too. The guy who was moving up to the field nicely. And then Becker and Sean Ard got together as they come down through, and some debris on the track. So that's where the first caution flag of the day flew, with Diego Yepes in the 77 car. Back in damage to the Mike Becker machine, as is the 13 car of Sean Ard. So, and Yepes got some is out of the race, as is Ryan Brommer and Dylan Young. And Quentin Moore, who actually had a problem on the start of the race there, he will try to catch up to the field. So pace car next up on the pit road here. So we're getting set for green flag here on lap number 5. Jessica Shelton, who has led from the pole so far, leads the race. Cole Beaver's second. Third is Seth Cole, Kyle Matthews, and Keith Batts in the top 5 here at Watkins Glen. Cole Beaver staying right there with Shelton as they go down through turn number 4. And here they come into the inner loop part of the course. That's turns 5, 6, 7, and 8. Side already scraped up on the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet of Devers. We should mention Deaver does have a road course victory in this series that came last season at the Burke Lakefront Airport in Cleveland. We did not visit. We did not visit here this season. By the way, we decided to have it down to just 3 road courses on the season. Unless the Roval comes out for Charlotte, then we may have 4, and maybe next season possibly. We'll see. Well, who knows? But see how wide they'll take that 12th corner, and both Shelton and Seth took it wide. And Johnny Gardner's about lost it, come off the 12th turn. There he is. He runs in. And some side damage to the driver's side of the Family Channel Prime Star Ford. And there it is right there. You can see the side caved in on that 16 car. And Gardner dropped back to about the 12th positions where he's at right now. On board, Jessica Shelton's going to take a lap around the Glen with her on the boot version. Down the straightaway she goes, about 178 miles running the inner loop. And she'll fly through there down to about 114 miles an hour. Now down through turn number 9, still in 4th gear at this point. And now comes off turn number downhill. And down to about 85 miles an hour through turn number 10. Now let's go through turn 11. That's about 135 miles an hour in the 11th turn. And down to about 74 miles an hour through there. Just down the straightaway she comes. And we set up to about maybe 145 miles or 144 at this point. See how bad, and let's see how much she takes that 12th turn down about 75 miles an hour. And you hear some cars scraping the wall a little bit. And down to about 70 miles an hour through turn number 13. And as you turn 10, about 109 miles an hour, and then the short straightaway through that's turn 14, and there's turn 15, excuse me. Turn 10, that's actually turn 10 on the on the short course, but anyway. And Shelton up to about maybe 150 miles an hour into turn number 1. So that's how a lap around the boot version of Watkins Glen is, and that lap speed for her about almost 84 miles an hour. So, and they qualified on the pole here at about 87. So, give you the rundown. Give you the field rundown. The top 5 stay status quo here. Charles Samper's up to 6th position right now. He's had a good run on the road courses this season. His best was a 2nd at Sonoma. Still yet to get a win, but but still got some. He's still up there in the points. Joshua Osborne is in 7th position. And you see the side scraped up on his number 87 Burger King Chevy. Preston Plord trying to get around Osborne. That's for 7th place. Levi McIntyre still in 9th, and William Brock starting in 10th. 11th is now Joshua Collar. 12th is Johnny Gardner. 13th is Zachary Fitzwater. Then 14th is Jay Jefferson. 15th right now is Carter Friesen. Nicholas Wade is 16th. 17th right now is Ashlyn Boyd. Ryan George 18th. 19th right now is Jason Haywood, as he's gotten around Rob Evans for that spot. Evans in 19th position. You see some cars scrape the wall a little bit. 20th position, actually Rob Evans is actually 20th. 21st is Dylan Pothies. He's trying to get around Cat Batson for that spot. And now those two are going to be side by side. Trent Dunham watching all this in 23rd position. So Dunham didn't get much damage from that little skirmish that Sean Ard and Diego Yepes did coming into turn 14. And Dunham, hood buckle and all, still running pretty strong in that number 1 car. He's running, like I said, 23rd position is where he's at the moment. Paul Minnick, 24th. 25th is Jesse Turner. I'm sure he wanted a better run in front of his home state fans here at Watkins Glen. He has won here before, however. That was in season 16 or 17, something like that. Peter Onjak in 26th position. 27th is Becca Tellier. 28th is Tony Green. Then Ben Crouch, 29th. 30th. Yeah, Ben Crouch is 29th. 30th at the moment is Zach Winkle. Then 31st is Austin Colano. Phil Parker's up to 32nd. Then Zorlan's 33rd. 34th is Quentin Moore. So he's had a good comeback after a problem on the start. And you see Daniel Bouchard and Vince Almerigo bring up the rear of the field right there, rear of this pack. Mike Becker in 37th. 38th is Sean Ard. And that's how they run right now. So then off the 12th turn, Shelton again hits the wall. Off the 12th turn, so does Seth Cole. And Cole Devers close up on the back of Shelton's car now. Again, the cars out of the race are Diego Yepes, Ryan Brommer, and Dylan Young. Those are the 3 cars out of the race. And it sucks for Dylan Young because he needed a good run. And he actually had high hopes of trying to defend his title from this event at the Glen, but alas, it did not work for him. 6 laps to go here at Watkins Glen on the boot course. And boy, Cole Deaver, and tell you what, scraped up sides on those 2 cars, the 94 and the 3 cars there. And in fact, all the cars are scraped up from that 12th corner. Kyle Matthews, by the way, that scrape up from Seth Cole's car, actually moved Matthews up to 3rd spot. Then Seth Cole, then Keith Batson, then Charles Samper, the top 6. Now, if something happens to those 2 cars of Shelton and Deaver, this could be a game changer, obviously, at the Glen, and we'll have a heck of a fight for the win, possibly. Heck of a fight for the win, or a heck of a wreck, whichever is going to happen first. They already had one caution period because of a little skirmish. So, but anyway, average speed almost 70 miles per hour at this point, 69.39 to be exact. And they are just less than 0.3 of a second apart between the Ford and the Chevy. And here they come to that dreaded 12th turn. Here they come. Let's see what happens. Shelton takes it wide, misses the wall. So does Deaver. But Deaver had to look on the outside of Shelton. Let's see what happens coming out through turn number 13. Deaver took it too wide off the 13th turn. In the meantime, battle going on for 4th place here. Batson, Seth Cole, and Charles Sanford going at it here. Sanford trying to work on the 2 Fords right now. Side by side goes the 98 and 28 cars. They come down the front stretch. On board Seth Cole's car as he's trying to catch Kyle Matthews in the 42 car. 5 laps to go here at the butt of the Glen. Off the turn they come here. Let's see what happens. Seth now will put it in third. We'll put it through the inner loop, and kept it in 4th gear through the inner loop. I've never seen anybody do that. Actually, I've never seen anybody do that on the short course. So apparently, they got the cars geared a little bit differently as far as driving the boot version of the course here. But now, and you see the top 2 cars just up ahead. That's Shelton and Deaver still out in front. But for how long? See the 12th turn has reached out and grabbed everybody here on this course. We'll keep an eye on Shelton and Deaver. See how they come down to the 12th corner of the course here. And both of them missed the wall. Actually, I think Deaver tapped the wall just a little bit. And oh, Seth Cole hit the wall again. Here comes Batson and Sanford. That's for 4th. In Sanford's case, trying to run for 5th position here, but Seth Cole's not giving up a little bit. And meantime, Levi McIntyre's up to 7th position with now Preston Plord in 8th. And William Brock at the 9th. Joshua Osborne has slipped down from about 7th to 10th. And here comes the self-proclaimed roadmaster, Joshua Collard. In the 43 cars, he's going to try to get past Osborne. The 2 Joshuas going at it. Collard from the Jelly Old UK. Osborne from down in southeastern Kentucky. Collard getting that Pontiac wound up a little bit. See if he can try to get Osborne on the inner loop. And let's see. And he's going to set him up a little bit. Into the inner loop they come here. The 43 and 87 cars. They touch just a little bit. Osborne says, "No way, Jose," and he pulls ahead of Collard. Meantime, Batson has gotten around Seth Cole for 4th, so Keith moves up a spot now. He's going to try to hold out Sanford for 5th position. Sanford and McIntyre both. But meantime, it's the battle for the lead right now, which Jessica Shelton is not giving up since the start. Knock on wood. Because here they come to the 12th turn now again. Shelton takes it wide. So does Deavers. They both missed the wall that time. So does Matthews. So does Batson. On board Charles Sanford's car. You see a little damage to the DuPont Chevrolet right there. Oh, yeah. This is racing at its finest here at Watkins Glen, without question here. Sanford now tries to make it to the inside here. He's going to try to make a move on Seth Cole. Seth runs 5th. Sanford runs 6th. If they both try to hook up to try to get past Keith Batson. Batson runs in 4th position at the moment. Matthews in 3rd, and as I said, Beaver 2nd and Shelton 1st. Down to the inner loop they go. Rear bumper cam from Seth Cole's car, looking right at the nose of Charles Sanford's car. See the air ducts right there on the side of the Sanford machine. There's a little bit of tape on them. Actually, it's not air ducts. Actually, it's actually brake ducts on the Sanford machine. Off the 12th turn it comes, and Shelton hits the wall, and Deaver missed it. Deaver to the outside of Shelton now. Here they come through turn number 13. And Deaver saying, doggone it, what am I going to have to do to try to get past Jess here? And they're coming down for 2 laps to go this time by. And those two have pulled out to a rather substantial lead on the third place car. Into turn number 1 once again. Here comes Shelton. Matthews running third. I tell you what, these cars are going to look like they came out of Bristol instead of Watkins Glen. Well, the sides are scraped up. Charles Sanford running sixth position, as I said. Then McIntyre 7th. 8th is Plord. 9th is Brock. And 10th is Osborne. And meantime, another road course ringer. That's Zachary Fitzwater running in 12th spot as he's got running in 11th. Excuse me, as he's gotten around Collard. Johnny Gardner 13th. Jay Jefferson 14th. 15th is Carter Friesen. Then Ryan George 16th. 17th is Nicholas Wade. Ashlyn Boyd 18th. 19th Jason Haywood. And 20th, up to 20th, is Trent Dunham with Dylan Poteet in 21st position. So those two drivers running very strong at the moment. And Dunham is actually a fantastic charge up from that last place starting position from 41st. So Dunham's pretty much been the hard charger of this event. And Deaver got the wall and it's going to shoot any shot he had of getting Shelton. Unless something happens on the last lap, though. We'll see what happens here. Coming to the start-finish line, Jessica Shelton pulling ahead of Cole Deaver at the moment. She'll see the white flag this time by. She has won on the short course of the Glen before, and she looks to become the inaugural winner on the boot version of the Glen. White flag for Jessica Shelton. She has 1 lap to go in this race here. She is looking for her 3rd victory this season, joining Preston Plord on that list of 3-time winners this season. And she has a 1 1/4 second advantage on Cole Deaver. Here comes the battle for 4th position between Keith Batson and Seth Cole. Batson holds him off for the moment. And they're coming down for the inner loop part of the course here. Number 94. Looking good at the moment, but that 12th turn, so like I said, is the one that's going to may decide the race. That's turn number 10 she just went through right there. Now through turn number 11. Cole Deaver, like a vulture, stalking his prey. And here they come, down through turn 12. Shelton takes it through there, hopes to get it through there very gingerly. She misses that wall, so does Deaver. Deaver still trying to close us a little bit as they come to that 13th corner now. And that's where Shelton's been their best compared to Cole, but Cole's closing in just a little bit. But I don't think he's going to have anything at all as they come through turn 14. Now through the last turn they come, that's turn 15. And off the final turn she comes, and for the 3rd time this season, car number 94, Jessica Shelton, wins the butt at the Glen at Watkins Glen. Cole Deaver's going to come home 2nd. Kyle Matthews 3rd. Keith Batson holds off Seth Cole for 4th. Cole actually held off Sanford for 5th. Sanford 6th position. 7th will go to Levi McIntyre. 8th to Preston Plord. 9th to William Brock, and 10th place to Joshua Osborne. Boy, what racing we... I tell you what, that was not the prettiest Watkins Glen race there, but with all those wall scrapers and damaged up driver's sides and everything else, but nonetheless, though, it was one caution flag, so that, I don't know if that's a keeper or not, but hey, it's a race nonetheless. Jessica Shelton gets her 3rd victory of the season as she takes home the bud at the Glen here, and not surprisingly, she wins on a road course this season. So the average speed of the race was 74.854 miles per hour, almost 75 miles an hour here, the average at the Glen. Rest of the finishing order, Zachary Fitzwater comes home in 11th, 12th, Joshua Collard, 13th, Johnny Gardner, Jay Jefferson, 14th, 15th, we'll go to Carter Friesen, Ryan George, Nicholas Wade, Ashlyn Boyd, Jason Haywood, and Trent Dunham, the top 20 in today's event. Dylan Poteet, 21st. Then comes Rob Evans, Paul Minnick, Jesse Turner, Kat Betson, Peter Onjak, Becca Tellier, and Phil Parker came from 39th to 28th in that race. Still not the run I'm sure he wanted in today's event. Tony Green, 29th. Then Ben Crouch, Zach Winkle, Quentin Moore, Austin Colano, Daniel Bouchard, Jonathan Solon, and Vince Almarigo. And Mike Becker and Sean Ard was the lead lap finishers of today's event there. Quentin Moore, after problems he had at the start, though, ends up finishing 32nd in today's event. So good comeback in some sorts for Quentin Moore. Cars out of the race were Diego Yepes, Ryan Brommer, and Dylan Young. So 21 races are in the books, and as the 3rd and final road course race of the season has ended, and Jessica Shelton becomes victorious on the boot version of Watkins Glen as she takes home the Budweiser at the Glen for this season. And here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got NNSCRA gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA, and 5th place finisher here today, Seth Coldesires for this channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Coors Light Truck Series, the Last of Us Light Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. And also be sure to check out Michael Norman's Budweiser All-Pro Series as well. That's also on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. And if you want to subscribe to the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, please be sure to subscribe to Thrash Maniac 99's channel. We'll have the channel link in the description if you want to subscribe to become part of his team and possibly sign up for the next season of Marvel Studios Cup. So that's it for Watkins Glen here today. Congratulations again to Jessica Shelton, winner today at the Bud of the Glen. And we will be at Michigan Speedway for our next stop on the tour for the Champion Spark Plug 400. And so for now, this is James Coulson in production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.
Frank, did you have any ignition problems?